Howdy, y'all. So it's time to go over my journal for the last week again. So I'm settling down with a nice cup of tea and my journal for the week of the 14th of January until the 20th of January. So let's see what I got up to last week. Okay, we'll start with Friday the 14th. We had a high in the low 70s and a low in the high 30s, and it was partly cloudy. Today was my eye doctor appointment. Slim took off work so he could drive me in case they had to dilate my eyes. So we got to sleep in a little today. No problems at the doctor's. They didn't dilate my eyes. They used the machine that takes a picture of your retina. So that was cool. Um, there were no problems. I do need a stronger prescription for my reading glasses, and I'm still fine on my long vision. I went ahead and I got the blue light filter on my new lenses. It was very expensive, but I think it may help me with my headaches and hopefully it will slow down the deterioration of my vision. Um, so the doctor said that my long vision, although not perfect, I didn't need to correct for it. So I was really glad about that. And I told him I wasn't really comfortable with bifocals. I've tried to use them, and I'm not good at that. And he said that that's fine. In the event that I do need glasses for long vision, I can just have reading glasses and driving glasses. It's no big deal. So that was good to know. I thought I might have to have bifocals. I didn't know you could just switch if you wanted to. After the doctor's appointment, we went out for lunch at the Outback Steakhouse. Now, usually it is really good. I mean, I've never really had a complaint at the Outback, but today, not so much. I got a Caesar salad with grilled chicken, and it was really yucky. I think the chicken was off. I had to send it back, which I hate to do. If you've ever worked in a restaurant or if you've been a cook, a professional cook or caterer, you probably feel the same way I do about sending stuff back. I just really hate to do that. But I had to. It was not edible. And our server was very good about it. She brought me some soup. I didn't really want to order anything else and wait. And I couldn't really eat anything after having that gross chicken. Once you have something kind of yucky, you don't really, it kills your appetite. So I didn't really eat that whole day. And it wasn't so bad that I think it would have maybe made me sick. I don't know. It smelled really funky. I wouldn't have served it if I'd have been in the kitchen and I've cooked that particular piece of chicken. I would have noticed something was up and I wouldn't have served it just by like kind of the smell. Anyway, a bad experience at a restaurant is always unfortunate. It kind of ruins your day out if you get something gross to eat. So next we went to the craft stores. We got Slim a full-sized easel and lots of new brushes so he can practice his Bob Ross painting. And I got a pretty little dragonfly pendant to make a necklace. And I love that little necklace that I got. It's adjustable and it real comfy. And I wore it with the dragonfly pendant and I wore it with my koala pendant that Little gave me. And I'm wearing it right now with nothing, just the chain. I really like it. It's a very comfortable chain. And the easel looks great. We got it all put together. Let me see if I can show you. Okay, so yeah, here's the easel. Here's the back of it. And here's the front of it. Got it all put together and in here next to the TV so he can Bob Ross. So it's very cool. Also got lots of new plastic and put it all down everywhere on the floor. Of course, I've got other plastic underneath this drop cloth here. But this carpet, it is a really beautiful kind of a muted rose color. And I certainly don't want to get any paint on that. So yeah, the easel is all together and where it should be. And I think that he did have one that was just a desktop easel, but I think that this will be a lot better. Okay, yeah, so cool new big easel in the paint room. We stopped by Virginia's on the way home, and Slim put together her bed with the correct bolts. And once we got it put together, we realized it was a full size bed and not a not a queen size bed like she thought. So that's good to know because she would have bought the wrong size mattress. Big old sleigh bed. Um, she was getting ready to go for a weekend trip with her daughter to see some family in Little Rock. So that's always nice to get out, go have a nice little meet and greet over the holiday weekend. So Saturday, the 15th, with a low in the low 40s, a high in the low 40s and a low in the low 20s. And we had light snow on this day. Woke up this morning to help Slim to get ready to go to work at the mill, and I had a stupid old headache. I'm really hoping that the new glasses will help with this as I am so tired of dealing with headaches, especially waking up with one. It is the worst to open your eyes to pain. Oh, it just ruins your day when you wake up and it's like, oh no. That's been happening kind of not infrequently. Really sucks. I went back to bed after he left for work, and I was so surprised when I woke up at 2:45 p.m. I guess I just really needed some rest because I woke up feeling like myself again and immediately got busy cleaning up and taking care of the cats. I'm feeling so much better now. I cannot remember the last time I slept that late. So I slept till almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I really needed it. I woke up feeling much better. It's snowing. I went out to feed Willow, who I think has a girlfriend, and there were some tiny flurries. And when I looked again, it was really snowing and it was sticking to the ground. So everything is turning white and soft outside. And the cats have been sitting at the back door watching it snow. They are so cute. I decided to do a freezer meal tonight since I'm short on time today due to sleeping in all day. So I'm going to just warm up some chicken breasts in the oven, do a quick side of sauteed zucchini with butter and herbs. And that turned out really good. Those were the chicken breasts that I had roasted and then frozen. So I just warmed them up in the oven. Easy peasy and very delicious. Sunday, the 16th, we had a high in the mid 50s, a low in the mid 20s. It was mostly sunny. Snow everywhere this morning when Slim left for work. So beautiful in the moonlight, almost as bright as day. The hunters will be out in droves on a morning like this. Woke up feeling rested for the first time in what feels like months. I thought I wouldn't be able to rest last night after sleeping in all day yesterday, but although I was a little restless, I slept pretty good. I guess I needed it. I had a self care day with special attention to skin and nails. I noticed when I was trimming my nails that they seemed a bit brittle, and my skin has been dry, so I added extra oil to my bath and intend to take my hair, skin, and nail vitamins more often. I divided up 30 pounds of cat food today, along with the usual cat care chores. Try to say that 3 times fast. They're feeling frisky because of the snow. And when the sun came out, I opened all the curtains so they could sit in the windows and watch the birds in the melting snow. The birds are always real busy as the snow melts, and they love it. I took the time today to go through my YouTube subscriptions and to unsub to any channel that I haven't interacted with in a year or more. I had so many channels I was subscribed to that I do not remember, even some that were not in English. So I'm being more selective with who I sub to from now on, which makes my subscriber suggestion list thing much better because it's not a bunch of things that I am not into and people I don't remember who they are and all that kind of stuff. On Monday, the 17th, it was partly cloudy with a high in the upper 60s and a low in the low 30s. Slim didn't have to work today. He was off to honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and it was such a nice surprise because we weren't expecting it, as I don't think he got off for MLK's birthday last year. So we got to sleep in together this morning. I decided to go do a shop and get it over with. Slim stayed home to do a few things. For example, he got his new easel all assembled, which I just showed you. And he got it set up in the paint room, and there is new plastic down all over the floor as well. I got a pretty good video of Willow's new lady friend. Y'all have probably seen that already. She is a young and healthy calico female. Willow seems so proud to have a girlfriend. I definitely have to speed up plans to get them fixed, or we'll have a big extended family under the porch. And although I'm kind of calling her Calico just because she's a calico cat, and that seems like a name to me because I worked with someone for years and her name was Calico. So it seems like a proper name to me calling someone Calico. But um, my husband's favorite movie is Willow. And in that movie, Willow's wife's name is Kaya. So he wants to name the new cat Kaya. So we may wind up calling her Kaya instead of Calico, but that's just what came to mind when I'm thinking of her. We watched the new Dune movie. We're both fans of the old one, and I have read all the books, and there are plenty of them. I think when the author died, his son started writing the Dune books. We both liked it very much and were impressed with how they depicted the sandworms. We almost went to see it in the theater when it came out, but that's just not something either one of us want to do anymore since COVID came and changed the whole game on public entertainment. So I don't, it's just going to a movie theater is not appealing now as it once was. For one thing, we have big, good, high def TVs here. Things come out on video quickly. And, we just don't want to sit in a big room with a bunch of strangers. That used to not be a deal, and now it's a deal. So Tuesday, the 18th, it was mostly cloudy, high in the mid 60s, low in the low 30s. Ooh, I got started on Voon's blanket last night, and I'm very pleased with how it's going so far. The center started easily, and I usually have a couple false starts before I get it right. And the colors look great together. I picked up a large roll of pure white when I went shopping yesterday, and the pattern is 10 rows of multicolor, then 5 gold and 5 white. It does look retro, which is exactly what I wanted for this particular project. So I'm making it for Voon, and I'll show you guys here in a few minutes what I've got so far. You can kind of, it's big enough you can tell the pattern that I'm going for in the color changes. Um, and I just think that she'll really appreciate that. Voon, if you're listening, I think you'll really appreciate a retro look the way that I do. I think Afghans that look like they're 50 years old are awesome. Okay, so with Willow and Calico keeping house under the porch, I haven't been letting the cats out, even Howard. He's actually been pretty good about it, and he's been wrestling with the boys and not making too much of a fuss. But that was just for a couple of days. That wore off, and he started acting like well, Howard. There's nothing quite like a Howard. I picked up some shelf brackets at town yesterday. We're planning on redoing the paint room, making more room to work, and putting up lots of shelves to hold lots of supplies so that we can have more clear surfaces to use. So I've got several different ideas about how to do that. It's just going to take getting in there and doing it. Two guys in two power company trucks came and trimmed all the branches around our power pole. I went out and I asked them if they were bringing the fiber network internet service. And the older guy was like, no, I don't think it's coming out this far. He was messing with me, you guys. I can just imagine the look on my face when he said that. He laughed. I'm sure he's done that to everybody, a rascal. He laughed and he said, yes, everyone with a meter will get the fiber network later on, but they're just tree trimming in advance to get ready for the new stuff that they're going to put on the pole. And oh my gosh, you guys, that was so hilarious when he was like, no, no, I don't think they're coming out this far. My face must have been like, oh no. He just started laughing at me. I was like, oh my gosh, you dog. Oh, everybody out this way is just desperate for decent internet. So that's a good little joke he pulled on me. He got me. He got me. Okay, so and I was told that not by him, but by someone else that we can expect the fiber network to be in our area around midsummer. So fingers crossed, you guys. Whew, I can't wait for good internet. So Wednesday, the 19th, we had scattered showers with a high in the low 60s and a low in the mid 40s. I made homemade hummus for the first time. It took half the day. It made a huge mess, but it was so worth it. It was so light and creamy. Yeah, I served it warm with pita chips. It was so delicious. I had a bowl for lunch and I loved it. So, excuse me. If you don't eat hummus, if you've not liked it, then of course you may not like it. But if you like store-bought hummus even a little bit, go to the trouble. If you have a food processor, go to the trouble of making some. It's real simple. I've got a recipe. I made a video and I will upload it as soon as I get to town. It's a 20-minute video, so it will literally take days to upload a 20-minute video here. So um, I actually have tried twice and it just, it wouldn't do. So I'll do that video on the hummus, and if you get a chance and you like hummus, make some homemade. It is exceptional. It's really, really much better making it homemade, as with most things. It was really good. And I was thinking about it. The hummus, it was told, suggested you garnish it with a little extra virgin olive oil, and you put a little paprika and a little parsley and stuff on there. Or you can serve it with roasted garlic or roasted tomatoes or all olives, all this other kind of stuff. But I was thinking, and I haven't tried this, I was going to try this today. I was thinking a bowl of that fresh, warm hummus with just a few pecans and a drizzle of honey on top. I think that would be a delicious breakfast. So I'm going to be trying that. I've not heard of hummus sweet, only savory, but I'm going to be trying that. Okay, enough about hummus. Washing all the bedding today. It always seems strange to me to do a bunch of laundry on a rainy day. I guess I'm old fashioned that way. I used to need a nice sunny day so that I could line dry everything before dark. I've kept Howard in for a couple of days since Willow got a lady friend. I think the guys are most likely to get hurt when they are trying to impress a girl. And that goes for everybody. I think all males are most likely to get hurt when trying to impress a female. Men, cats, dogs, probably giraffes, whatever. um, so I've kept him in. I've kept them all in. And Howard is not happy about that. He beeped at me for half the morning and he dug at the back door incessantly. I'm going to have to make a point to take him out on patrol this weekend and let everyone out for a little while, even if I have to stand watch to keep the peace. And I did let Howard out today, and he was ecstatic about it. I worked on Boone's blanket some more this afternoon. It's coming along nicely. You can begin to see what the color patterning is going to look like. I'm very partial to these colors together. They do really complement each other. I only wish that they had more of the multicolored available, but I'll just make it as big as I can with what I've got. Thinking of doing a pour painting in those colors to match. Yes, I'm very partial to those colors. Let's go check it out. Well, looky here. I just spread this out and went to get my camera. And who has tucked her little nose under her hand? Oh, yes, Norma Jean. This is Voon's blanket, sweetheart. She thinks it's hers. She thinks all these kind of like knitted blankets like this belong to the cats. Okay, sweet baby. All right. So, Vone, if you're watching, don't worry. I'm going to wash them. I'm going to wash it before I send it to you because I can't keep these cats off of it anytime I spread it out like this. And look, Norma Jean matches. It kind of matches her tail color right there. You kind of match this one, don't you? So you can see that I started with the gold color. And then I'm doing this beautiful, yes, do you like this? I'm doing this beautiful multicolored yarn. It's the brand called I Love This Yarn. And the color is called, let's see. Oh, yes, Surf's Up. So it's the Surf's Up. And this big one is called Sun Gold. and then just plain pure white. And so, okay, you guys, for real, let's move off the blanket so I can show them. Come on, old girl. Come on. She's refusing. Come on, old girl. Watch out, you guys. Okay, so here's the blanket. And there she comes. She's coming right back on it. Well, Voon, Norma Jean loves your blanket. But you can still see the pattern. It's gold, multicolored, white, and gold. And then I start over again. And I do think they really look nice together, the colors. Norma Jean really loves it. All of them do. So we will definitely try to remove the kitty hairs before we send it to you, Miss Voon. But that's what I've got so far. It's going to be quite a bit bigger than this. And Norma Jean will be helping throughout the project. I can't believe how quick she got on there. Okay, I got a little note here that says, "Oh, I saw a doe in the yard this morning eating acorns. We both froze and looked at each other." And oh, yes, I walked out the door and she was in the front yard. And when I cut that corner, she looked at me and I looked at her and I just stopped. And we just looked at each other for like, I don't know, probably a solid minute. And then she bounded away in big, huge jumps. They're awesome jumpers. Okay, moving on to Thursday, the 20th. High in the mid 30s, low in the low teens. Cold and windy today. Super cold this morning, but my heart was warmed by looking at the beautiful roses Slim bought me after work yesterday. I put them in the sun so that they would open up. I just brought them back over here. There they are, my beautiful roses. He brought these home to me yesterday, or yeah, it was yesterday afternoon. He brought me roses for absolutely no reason other than he is awesome. And the cats have already, you can see they've already chewed the little tendrils that were sticking out. They have chewed them up. No matter how I pay attention, they continue to chew strings, any little grasses, stuff like that. But these are beautiful. And as I put them in the sun, you can see, like this one especially, starting to open right up. They're starting to have a beautiful fragrance. And then these are lilies, probably like some pink looking tiger lilies. They'll be opening up later. So yeah, beautiful flowers. And that's the one of the first things I saw this morning was these pretty flowers on the table where I put them yesterday when he brought them to me. So nice to get flowers, especially in the wintertime. In the summer, I have plenty around here. I can pick bouquets whenever I want. But in the winter, oh, that's so nice to have fresh flowers in the middle of the winter. I just love it, especially when they start to smell nice. Okay, so I took Howard out for a short patrol this morning. He's been stuck in the house for a while and he needed a day out. He inspected the property and he climbed a tree while I was picking up sticks. And when I took him back in, he wasn't very happy about it. He growled the whole time when I was carrying him in. It was too cold for me, and I didn't want to leave him out without a chaperone while Willow is courting his lady friend right now. I tried to upload my video on homemade hummus yesterday and today with no luck. So I'll probably have to do it tomorrow when I go to town. I don't really need to go shopping, but I want to check my P.O. box as I've been expecting a package, but I haven't got up there. Now, I checked last Thursday, a week ago, because I was expecting a package, and I asked her, two actually, and I asked her if they were there, and she said no, nothing yet. So I'm going to, and it's been a week, so I'm going to go back up there probably tomorrow and check and see if they're there. Um, oh, and that kind of reminds me, my friend Latrice, her channel is called Pink Motivation, and that's all capitals, Pink Motivation. Um, she is doing a little like challenge. It's like a self-care challenge. And I'm going to make a video later kind of talking about it and everything. And it's just, she's doing it sometime after Valentine's Day. I think it's like starts on Valentine's Day and runs the rest of that month. I think like you upload a video about something that you do for yourself, for self-care. It can be any number of things, just something that you do for yourself, whether it's having a cup of tea in a cute cup, or doing your nails, or exercising, or meditating, or whatever. If you like to sing or dance, or if you go to church, or you enjoy your pets, or whatever it is that you do that you enjoy, that's just for you. She's doing kind of a self-care challenge, so there'll be more about that later. So back to my journal. After our little outing this morning, Howard was unrelenting in his quest to go back out. So at last I relented, and I let him out all afternoon alone. Hopefully, he won't get into any trouble out there. And he didn't. I just let him in before I started recording this video. He's filthy. I mean, filthy, covered in dust. I had to beat the dust off of his fur before I brought him in the house. But he's fine. There's nothing wrong with him other than he's hard-headed. I decided to take advantage of one of my freezer meals tonight and set out a pan of enchiladas to defrost. It is so handy to have those on hand when I want one. Yeah, I'll just show you. This is what I'm going to do this evening instead of cooking. I'm just going to pop this in the oven. This is just some homemade enchiladas. They've got beef, spinach, mushrooms, and onions, I think, on the inside. Whole grain flour tortillas on the outside with some enchilada sauce and cheese on top. So I'll just be heating that up for supper tonight. And I think that's about it for my journal. We can get a little peek at Willow. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. He's still so nervous. Marina, of course, doesn't like him. Yeah, it's okay, buddy. I have to change that water bowl all the time. It's been freezing. Freezing solid every night. Okay. So last, Naboo's right eye seems irritated. Yeah, he was kind of winky today. So I cleaned it and I treated it with some of Norma's eye cream. I also did Norma's eyes while I was at it. Norma has been very frisky today. She slept in Naboo's basket last night. It was so cute. And today she is extra playful. She must have had a really good night's sleep. And as you saw, she's, anytime I got Boone's blanket out, she's taking it over. She's loving that new blanket. And it matches her fur. How cute is that? Okay, you guys, thanks so much for joining me for another journal. And until next time, y'all be sweet.